Hey guys, it's Tech Infusion. It's been nearly 4 years now since the first Apple Watch was released to the world, and in that time we have yet to see a major redesign. That is, until now. If you didn't know, Apple announced the Apple Watch Series 4 just last week, and with this new device comes not only a new, pretty design, but we've also got some game-changing features that may change your mind about purchasing one if you've been holding out this whole time. Now, if you already have an Apple Watch, we'll also be talking about whether or not you should upgrade to this newest model. So without any further ado guys, let's jump right into the video. So this is the Apple Watch Series 4. The model we're looking at today is the 44mm cellular Apple Watch in space gray aluminum. Some of its biggest new features include a larger screen, louder speakers, an upgraded internal chip, and the ability to take an electrocardiogram right from your wrist. Let's first look at this new display, because honestly this is one of the biggest updates to this new watch. Due to the size bump from 38 and 42mm to 40 and 44mm, in addition to thinner bezels, the Series 4 is packing a 30% larger screen. This means we get more space from all of our apps and text. Plus, Apple has designed new watch faces, so we get the ability to add even more complications to our main screen. This is especially nice if you're into exercising and wanted activity-based alerts, but you also wanted normal complications like weather, battery, and messages. Very much like the iPhone X, by slimming down the bezels, you're getting a larger screen with a smaller footprint. So if you have a smaller wrist, you don't have to buy a smartwatch that is bigger than your arm just to be able to read the text on the display. Apple has not confirmed whether or not they updated the screen resolution or brightness with this new display, but many guess that it's the same as last year. Personally, I think it's a very sharp and colorful display, and I really like the way it looks. I would have really liked to see a more circular design this year, but unfortunately Apple stuck with the more rounded, squared shape that we've seen in years past. You may have noticed that the display corners are rounded in the Series 4, while its predecessors have a square design, but still no circle. The speaker on the Apple Watch Series 4 got a slight bump as well. Apple claims it is now 50% louder than Series 3. I did not purchase the Series 3, so I cannot confirm this difference, but I will say this watch is plenty loud enough for conversations, and coming from the Series 0, it's actually nice to be able to hear Siri on my wrist for the first time. This louder speaker goes hand in hand with the new walkie-talkie app that has made its debut with watchOS 5. So with this louder speaker, Apple has decided to move the microphone to the opposite side of the watch. This is to prevent feedback and provide cleaner calls. The digital crown did get updated with Series 4. Instead of being an actual button that you can press, it's now a digital button that provides haptic feedback similar to the iPhone 8 button. Also, when scrolling with the crown, it will also have haptic feedback. I think this is a nice addition because it makes navigating around the Apple Watch much cooler, and it just gives you a much more premium experience. Now, the front of the new Apple Watch is not the only thing that got attention. Flipping the watch over, we see a design we haven't seen before. The bottom of the Series 4 consists of a black, ceramic, and sapphire crystal. Apple explained that they made these changes so that radio waves could pass through the front and the back of the device. For all of those who are purchasing the LTE model, this provides a faster and more stable connection. Moving to performance, inside we get the Snapdragon S4 dual-core 64-bit processor, which is the best chip Apple has ever put in a smartwatch. I think that saying is getting a little monotonous now. I mean, it's your newest product, Apple, I would hope it'd be the best. But seriously, Apple said that it is twice as fast as the chip in the Series 3. Again, I never used the Series 3, but I can definitely feel the quickness and snappiness from opening apps to navigating through menus. Also inside, we're looking at an upgraded gyroscope and accelerometer. Apple claims that the Series 4 can detect and record motion up to 8 times faster, which if true is pretty awesome. This means you'll get more accurate readings from exercises. With this updated gyroscope, this little device on your wrist can now detect if someone falls. This is a really important feature for those people who live alone or may work without people nearby. What this means is if the watch doesn't detect motion for 60 seconds after a fall, it will alert your emergency contacts and provide your location, as well as call 911 or your country's respective emergency line. This is a really neat feature that no one wants to use, but if needed, it could save your life. Apple put a lot of focus into the health aspect of their new watch. From Gen 1, we've always had a heart rate monitor, but with the Series 4, we get some cool alerts. Your watch will actually alert you if it detects a low heart rate, very high heart rate, or even irregular beats. This may be able to prevent various heart issues by giving you a heads up. Apple also announced another very cool feature that they're very proud of, as they very well should be, because it might just be the #1 selling point for many people. This is the ability to take an ECG right from your wrist. Basically, the updated digital crown I spoke of earlier contains electronic sensors that, when paired with the ones on the bottom of the watch, complete a circuit. I'm not able to test how it works for this video because it will be delayed until the end of this year. Also, another thing to note is that if you don't live in the US, this feature won't be made available to you. Most likely because it is yet to be approved in other countries. So that's pretty much everything new with the Apple Watch Series 4. Oh, and if you're wondering about battery life, it's the same as last year's model, lasting around 18 hours. Now let's talk about whether or not you should purchase one. If you're asking yourself that question, the first thing I would recommend is going to look at the price. For being a piece of wearable tech, it does come in a bit pricey. At this point, if you have a Series 3, unless you really need a bigger screen and a few of the extra health sensors, I wouldn't recommend picking up this new version. Although it is faster and it does have louder speakers, I'm just not convinced it's worth the upgrade. However, if you don't have an Apple Watch at all and you've been waiting for a cool new update to get one, I definitely recommend this one. It's a really convenient device to have on your wrist at all times, and if you purchase the cellular model, it can almost act as an independent phone. Anyways guys, that's all for this video. I hope that this has helped you make a decision on whether or not you're going to splurge on Apple's new fancy smartwatch. Let me know down in the comments below if you have an Apple Watch and if you're going to purchase the Series 4. As always guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to leave a like, and don't forget to comment and subscribe. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and until next time guys, peace out.